Take this resurfaced video of Pedro with William Dafoe.
William didn't like that. Hey, look at William Dafoe's face. He didn't like that very much. Look at his. He's like, hey, bro, the f was that? Don't touch my girl like that, okay?
Where you at, Berto?
Today we got Pedro Pascal is everything wrong with Hollywood. I've been seeing everybody talk about Pedro Pascal, about his weird anxiety issue where he can't seem to keep his hands off other people's women. I don't know, that's a weird way to express your anxiety. So let's get right into the video and see what's talking about, because I've been seeing it everywhere. I did watch the new Fantastic Four movie. What do y'all think in the comment section, bro? No spoilers, because I know it's a relatively new movie, but bro, I don't know what it is, man. I can't say it's trash, but bro, I feel like superhero movies are starting to lose the plot. Everything just feels so childish and kiddie nowadays, man. Y'all liked it? Y'all let me know. I genuinely want to hear y'all feedback, bro, because I don't know what's going on. But anyways, let's get back on topic and get right into the video. Tap into the Twitch streams, links will be in the description. That's Whereyouatberto. Come on, man. Y'all already know where to find me. Let's do it.
There's something really weird going on with Pedro Pascal, because just in a couple of years, he's now seemingly everywhere. In just the last month alone, he's been in 3 major movies: Materialist, Eddington, and the Fantastic Four.
He was great in Last of Us.
This is combined with The Last of Us Season 2, The Mandalorian, and the Grogu movie announcement, along with his upcoming Marvel commitments. It's like almost everywhere you turn, there's Pedro Pascal everywhere. He's constantly being adorned in the media. He's in every single major movie and TV show, and his omnipresence is almost overwhelming. So what's the formula to his success? Why is he suddenly everywhere? What's the reason for all of this? Well, he himself has actually said that in high stress situations, quote, "There's a certain level of anxiety that helps me do good work. It helps me be aware of the things I need to be aware of. Anxiety is something I've lived with since I was a child, so it's part of my chemistry. I don't know what kind of person I'd be without it. It's something that I manage, but it's also part of what makes me, me." And you see, he always mentions that he has this struggle with constant anxiety, and that this anxiety leads him to being more successful and work even harder. But when the anxiety is too overwhelming, he copes with this with physical touch and affection. But this whole—
Did he say that? Or are we just assuming because we're seeing it? The internet's so funny, bro. Come on.
whole facade of being this likable, relatable guy, whilst being one of the biggest Hollywood stars in the world right now, is leading to some public scrutiny online, as he appears to try and be this likable, relatable guy who struggles too, just like the common man, having anxiety and emotional issues. But when you actually look at his behavior, it seems like this is completely false, and he's using this whole identity to have public affairs in public while not ruining his massive success in Hollywood at the same time. You see, if he was openly having affairs and sleeping with everyone in Hollywood, that wouldn't go very well with his wholesome, likable image. His family friendly and—
Jesus. Yo, wait, hold up. The internet's reaching like this? I mean, I could definitely see the touchy clips. I've seen enough clips of him being touchy with women to be like, okay, this nigga's definitely, you know, he's doing a lot. But now we're just assuming he's clapping all these hoes too? I mean, damn, bro, that kind of feels like a stretch, but hey.
Inclusive image is essential to all of his Hollywood roles, and yet there seems to be this strange side of his personality that keeps creeping up. And so coincidentally, it seems like his PR team has spun up this word of anxiety to mask all of his strange behavior. But now it's becoming too obvious, as we've seen with the new Fantastic Four movie press tour, where he's been constantly touching, hugging, stroking, and so obviously being physical with his co-star Vanessa Kirby.
Where have you been?
I've been busy.
I know, baby. But
Answering questions about you.
You can't leave me alone that long.
I know.
That's a little too long, baby.
From stroking hands—
Oh shit, he calling her baby and shit. Maybe he is clapping the hoe. I don't know. I mean, it's good PR. He probably is fucking that hoe though. But I was seeing a bunch of clips where I was seeing her look like really feely on him as well. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. This nigga just get hoes, bro. Y'all niggas mad at this nigga because he got motion? Y'all niggas mad at this nigga because they go and they choosing up? That's how y'all doing, my dog? Just because he's getting to it? Damn.
Kirby literally stroking his face, and the two just hugging.
Yeah, she's choosing. She chose, nigga. They choosing him. What's wrong with that?
All the time in public has made people wonder what's really going on behind the scenes, especially when Pedro put his hands over Vanessa, smiling as though they're in a relationship about to have a baby together, all while she's pregnant with her fiance. And it turned.
Well, look, here's what I'll say. That nigga ain't got no respect. But if I don't give a fuck if you goddamn who's the best female fucking actor? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are as an actor, bruh. Outside of that fucking set, you over here stroking and rubbing and allowing this nigga to hold my seed? Holding your belly? My seed? I'm crashing. She ain't got no respect for her nigga. Again, he ain't got no respect for him, but that's not his job. That's her problem.
Out that this wasn't even the only time his anxiety has led to some really questionable, creepy behavior. For example, take this resurfaced video of Pedro with William Dafoe.
Oh, William didn't like that. Hey, look at William Dafoe's face. He didn't like that very much. Look at this nigga. He's like, hey, bro. The fuck was that? You got me fucked up, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't touch my girl like that, okay? Hell nah, man. I'm seeing what's going on. This is funny. This is a fun video. I'm happy. This is funny.
We can see William and Pedro are laughing together, seemingly like friends, with Pedro even slightly touching William for a split second, just before touching William's wife,
Oh my
and
God.
openly flirting with her right in front of William, trying to get physical and flirting with her while playing it off just like they're friends. And William's face tells you everything. They go from laughing, being somewhat friendly, to suddenly William looking at him with a very serious face, clearly being pissed with Pedro. And to be honest, what man wouldn't be, with some other guy touching your wife up? In fact, there's actually countless videos of these sorts of things, like when Pedro Pascal was on the red carpet and wrapped his arm tightly around Sarah Paulson, rubbing it up and down repeatedly while whispering something into her ear. It's a really awkward moment as Sarah doesn't seem to be into this, but because the clip was so short, it's really hard to tell what was
Oh nah, he's okay, man. Yeah, now he's touching. He's touching. This the type of nigga you don't want to leave your girl around, bruh. You don't want to leave your girl around this nigga. Now, again, though, it's not his job to fucking make your hoe be loyal. If your hoe going, that's on you and your hoe. So, man, it's just funny to see. But he's going. Like, he's choosing. And they going.
actually going on here. Dakota Johnson's also said that Pascal takes her clothes and wears them, which on the surface the media purports to be just Pedro being sexually ambiguous, but in reality it's really strange and creepy behavior. Dakota also revealed that Pedro suggested that she start an adult content subscription site, all to sell photos of her feet to the public, which was a really strange thing to say. People are starting to think that this might just be a case of a virtue signaling sexually ambiguous guy pretending to be this cool, likable, chill guy who doesn't follow societal norms, using this as a front to be a creep. And the more famous he gets, and the more Hollywood puts him in every single film and promotes him in all the media that they own, the more that he can actually get away with all of this behavior. But people are starting to catch on that Pedro's using a disguise to screw other people's wives, all while never seemingly getting any controversy in the media for doing so, which is why the meme is spreading online that there's something wrong with him but it just can't be proven yet. With people saying, quote, "I've never seen a 50-year-old man act like this before. Guys, the famous movie star that goes to parties and raves has anxiety and that's why he must touch his female co-stars. He seems friendly and fun, but a little too friendly and fun." When you know there's something weird about Pedro Pascal, but you just can't prove it yet. Well, everyone knows all of this stuff. We can see it.
What is this nigga just, he's investigating ass face. Got my eye on you, nigga.
in plain view. These strange moments are racking up tens of millions of views, and yet somehow nobody in Hollywood or even the mainstream media calls him out on any of this. Why is he being—
Because they choosing. It's not creepy, it's consensual. They choosing, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Y'all trying to throw this man's name through the mud, call him a creep. He is a master at body language. He's seeing, he's putting himself in a position, and they not pulling back. That's not a crime, bro. Now, again, is it distasteful if they got relationships and shit? Sure. But he's like, hey, your hoe going, I'm gonna take her, bro. That's the type of nigga he is. And we can give him some criticism for that. It's like, damn, you a home wrecker, dude. You don't give no fucks. But hey, that's two separate conversations. I wouldn't call him a creep, though.
so—
Hey, and I'm hoping that this is the case, because at the end of the day, we got enough creeps on the goddamn internet and in the industry. So, I'm hoping that this nigga is just a serial white fucker. He's just a serial hoe taker. But we're not gonna put that in the same category as being a creep. A creep? Come on, bro. Y'all know what creeps are. Don't do that. I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm coping. Maybe I'm catching bail for this nigga, but all I'm seeing is consensual situations.
Protected by the media and Hollywood, while simultaneously being pushed onto everyone, getting placed in every single film that's coming out these days. Well, there's a lot more going on than you might think. You see, Pedro Pascal is just simply a brand. He's the new guy to seemingly revive Hollywood, not just because he's talented, but because he perfectly embodies Hollywood's favorite currency, virtue signaling. He'll mention every single talking point Hollywood studios love to virtue signal about. He plays into being a Latino, non-gendered, pro every stance that Hollywood demands you to be kind of guy, whilst also being anti anything that might not look perfect for his brand. And because he's so valuable to Hollywood, with barely any controversies, and seemingly ticking every single box that Hollywood looks for, he's now being pushed onto everyone, in an attempt to revive Hollywood movies that seem to bomb every single time. It's why he seems to get a golden pass on anything, publicly clashing with whoever he's told is the enemy. Like in April 2025, when Pedro Pascal randomly called out Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling's celebration of an anti-transgender court ruling heinous loser behavior, which just seems so out of place and random. And then a month later, almost as if it was coordinated at the Cannes Film Festival in May 2025, he randomly came out to make a statement about US immigration policy, saying, quote, "Fear is the way they win," urging everyone to keep telling stories and fight back against political intimidation. He was also on all those Imagine videos, where all the celebrities would do a cringe virtue signaling ritual.
Imagine no possessions.
He's also infamous for having these bland opinions, saying exactly what you'd expect of an actor at the top of Hollywood to say every single time. Which makes you realize this isn't about genuine activism, it's just calculated branding. To appear socially conscious without ever risking Hollywood profits at the box office. He won't go as far as someone like Rachel Zegler, but he'll go just far enough as to look like he's a virtuous, moral man. And so,
again, I might feel like I'm copping bail for this guy, but something that I think a lot of y'all on the internet be forgetting is some people just don't give a fuck, bro. Some people, it's not a crime to not give a fuck. Like, nobody owes you nothing. So if a nigga has decided that, hey, I want to make as much money as possible for me and my family, and I'm going to do whatever is going to provide for me and my family, and it's not hurting nobody, it's not, killing nobody, it's not stealing from nobody. That's not a crime. Y'all want people to wear hats and care and stand for certain things. But it's like they don't have to, And mind you, I don't give a fuck about this nigga, bro. That's why I genuinely feel like I get on here and I just speak the real, because it's just like like I don't know him. I don't care about him. I don't like if I saw this nigga walking down the street, I wouldn't even be like, I might be like, oh, that's the nigga from The Last of Us, you know? But I wouldn't want a picture. I don't care. I don't care. Saying that all to say, I have no reason to defend bro this hard. You know what I'm saying? It's just genuinely, I don't see why the internet gets in such a frenzy and get their panties in such a bunch when you just see a guy, it's like, oh, he's so politically correct. He always says the right thing. Okay, maybe he don't want to mess his bag up. Maybe he's going to say all the politically right things because he's like, yeah, this is what pays my bills. And I have no interest in being a controversial nigga. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Maybe he is a puppet. Maybe he is the industry puppet, the industry seed that people take advantage of. Okay, what would you, if you had the opportunity to do so, would you not do it? Maybe some of y'all would say genuinely no. But some of y'all, let's be real. Y'all looking around at y'all lives, you have dreams and goals. You be like, man, I'm going to go get that bag. What the fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say.
So of course, casting him just becomes an easy shorthand for studios to signal their moral credibility, without ever actually going too far. It's why it seems like everything he does is never actually authentic or real. He can seemingly say anything he wants, and unlike other similar actors, he will never actually be dropped. He'll only ever be promoted even more. For example, just look at the difference between him and his former Mandalorian co-star, Gina Carano. While Pedro faced no professional consequences for his political statements, Gina was fired from the Star Wars franchise in February 2021 for her own controversial social media posts. But because what she said didn't fit into the Hollywood narrative, she was dropped from everything and completely blacklisted forever.
Again, that, that sucks, and I hate that the industry is that way, but bro, you know what they say, you stand for something or you fall for anything, and you chose to stand for something, and I hope that when you chose to stand for that thing, you felt like it was worth it. And if it was, then beautiful, you live life with no regrets. But on the flip side, if a nigga says, bruh, I don't want to stand for that, I don't give a fuck about that, I care about my acting career, I'm not going to say anything controversial that's going to jeopardize it. Now he's the villain. I don't know, bro. I don't co-sign it that way. I just don't think that black and white. I think that'd be the problem with like social media. They try to make everything black and white when the reality is sometimes there's that gray, bro. A lot of people operate in the gray. Indifferent. We don't have
It was so bad
sides.
that Gina's lawsuit against Disney explicitly highlights this disparity, noting that Pedro compared Trump supporters to Nazis and supported Black Lives Matter and defund the police without ever facing
God.
discipline. The lawsuit
That's crazy.
documented that Pedro could say whatever he wanted, as long as it fit the studio's political talking points, claiming that, quote, he was not disciplined and required to review documentaries on any of these topics, or even speak to individuals with contrary points of view or pressure to ever apologize. And yet Gina today is completely forgotten about, while Pedro is pushed everywhere. He'll dress up all strange, wearing whatever looks good for his Hollywood strategic branding, and play the anxiety card whenever he can. And with such a perfect disguise, he's seemingly untouchable, meaning he can flirt and possibly do more with other men's wives, and still get rewarded by Hollywood and put in almost
Pulling
every
at
single
straws
movie,
here,
with
trying to
nothing in the
connect these
media
dots.
even criticizing him. In fact, maybe all of this controversy with Vanessa is calculated too, with this whole social media storm being calculated to get more eyes on the Fantastic Four film, and milk Pedro even more for every dollar possible. But whatever the case is, it's clear that he's a perfect Hollywood puppet, and he'll do whatever he's told as long as he can get more and more fame.
Yeah, he's the perfect Hollywood puppet. That was actually the word I was looking for when I was like kind of stumbling a little bit earlier in my rant. But yeah, he's the perfect Hollywood puppet. And there's nothing wrong with that, y'all. Despite what you want to think, there's nothing wrong with being the perfect Hollywood puppet if that is your choice. Now, if you feel like you're a Hollywood puppet and you do not want to be, you know what I'm saying, you feel trapped or some shit, then that's a whole different conversation. But hey, man, that's my personal opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, bro. Again, I feel like I can't just get on here and side with y'all. I'm always going to get on here and speak the real, at least what I perceive to be real. And to be honest, I don't think like y'all trying to paint him as a creep. If some creep shit comes out, okay, boom. But all I see is him trying to take these niggas' wives, and it look like some of them are choosing up. The only thing that nigga guilty of is just taking niggas' girls. But hey, I'll see y'all on the next one. My name's Berto. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And y'all already know what to do. Click the link in the description. Follow me on Twitch. Y'all know where to find me. Where you at, Berto? And
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.